Hello everyone and good morning to all. Children, our today topic is classification of accounts and their golden rules. Today we will learn about the real, personal and nominal rules of accounting, which is also known as golden rules of accounting. Children, in order to understand the rules of accounting, first you need to understand how these accounts are classified into. So, in any business transactions, for maintaining a financial record of business transactions, various kinds of accounts are prepared. So, let's try to understand how these accounts can be classified. See this one. Accounts can be classified into personal account and impersonal account. You can see here. Impersonal account further classified into real account and nominal account. For all these rules, there are certain debit and credit rules. They are also known as golden rules or basic rules of accounting. So, without learning these rules or without knowing these rules, you cannot record any transaction. So, let us try to understand the accounts and their details. Now, come to the number one, that is a personal account. Number one is a personal account. Children, personal accounts are related to any individual person, institutions or companies. So, you ask me, what does it mean that institution and companies? Children, institution and companies are also treated as artificial person, right? Because they have separate legal entity, because they have their own name, own brand, they have recognized their names. So institution and companies treated as a artificial person in accounts, right? So the examples of personal accounts are bank account, creditor account, debtors account, drawings account. These are the examples of personal account. But children, bank account. Bank is also an institution, so it is a type of personal account. Creditor is also a person, debtor is also a person, so it comes under the personal account. And drawings and capital accounts are made by the owner of the company, so owner is also a person, so it comes under the personal account. So these are the few examples of personal account. Now let's have a look the rules of personal account. So what the personal account rule says? The rule says that debit is the receiver and credit is the giver. Right? Debit is the receiver and the credit is the giver. It means, children, the person who is receiver, those account will be debited, and credit is the giver. It means the person who is giver, his account will be credited. So we know that every transaction there are two aspects or dual aspect. So if one is receiver, the another is a giver. So if receiver is debited, so giver has to be credited. Now let's us try to understand the rule with example. See the number one example, children. Paid Shanu Private Limited rupees 16,000 by check. First of all, you have to find out how many accounts are there. Basically, there are two accounts. First one is that Shanu Private Limited Company, and another is we have to find. See here, children, Shanu Private Limited Company deposited check into bank, right? Who will give money to Shanu Private Limited? Bank will give money to the Shanu Private Limited. So other account is bank. Let's understand. Here we are making the payment to Shanu Private Limited, right? So who is the receiver? Shanu Private Limited is a receiver. and bank is a giver. Okay, so receiver is always debit and the giver is always credit as per the rule. So giver is bank and the receiver is Shanu Private Limited. So the entry is like that: Shanu Private Limited account debit to bank. Now let's come to the second one, that is a real account. Now the second one is real account. Children, real account always deals with all kinds of assets. Real accounts deal with all tangible and intangible assets of the firm. So what are these tangible and intangible assets? One thing you always remember, that real account always deals with all kinds of assets. So let's try to understand the meaning of tangible and intangible. Children, tangible assets are the assets which can be seen, touched and felt physically. It means we can see them, we can touch them, we can feel them physically. And the examples of tangible assets are building, machinery, stock, land. These are the examples of tangible assets. And intangible assets means it does not have any physical assistance. It cannot be seen, touched and felt. And the examples of intangible assets are goodwill, patent, copyrights, etc. Children, you know, goodwill means it's something which shows us reputation of a company. And patent means, suppose you have made any invention who have made sole rights over the patent. Patents are the legally rights given by the law. So these are the few examples of intangible assets. Now let us know about the rule of real account. Now come to the rule, what the rule says. Real account rule says that debit what comes in and the credit what goes out. It means debit means what comes in and the credit means what goes out. If something is coming to your organization, that account will be debited. Listen carefully, children. If something is coming to your organization, it means that that account will be debited. And if something is going out to the organization, that will be credited, right? Now come to the example. See the example: purchase machinery for rupees 8,000 in cash. Now first all of you find out the account. How many accounts are there? Number one, you can see there are machinery account and 8,000 in cash. The second one is cash account, right? So basically there are two accounts. One is machinery and other is cash account. So machinery account and cash account, both are the assets, right? Cash is also assets and machinery is also assets. It comes under the real account and both are the tangible because we can touch the machinery, see the machinery and cash also. So both are comes under the real account and both are the tangible, right? As per rule, machinery is coming to your organization, to our organization, so it will be debited. And what you purchase, machinery, cash is going out because at the time you are purchasing a machinery and you are giving a cash. So cash is going out and machinery is coming. So which is coming, that account should be a debited, and which is going, that account will be a credited. So machinery is coming, so machinery account debit, and cash is going, so cash account is credit. Now come to the third one, that is a nominal account. Children, the third one is a nominal account. Nominal account related to expenses, losses, income or gains. They are called as nominal account. So if there are any expense, losses, income or gain in the company, those account will be known as nominal account. Example of nominal account will be salary account, interest account, profit on sale of assets account, loss on sale of assets account. Children's salary is our expense, right? Because we have to make payment salary to our official staff. So it's our expenses. Like interest, if we are receiving interest, that will be our income. And if we are giving interest, that will be our expenses. So these are the basic examples of nominal account. Now come the rules of nominal account. Children, what the nominal account rule says, debit means all expense and losses and credit means all income and gains. Children, if we are receiving the interest, that will be our income. So that time interest account is credit. If interest is not receiving by us, we are giving the interest, at that time interest account will be a debited, right? So children, profit income is a regular to our organization, whereas gain are not regular. So debit means all expense and losses and credit means all income and gain. Let's see the example. Salary paid to staff. Here there are two accounts. One is salary and paid to staff. By cash we are paying the salary. So another account is cash. So we are paying the salary. So that is our expenses. So all expenses and losses are debit. So salary is our expenses. So salary account is debited. And cash account is credited. So these are the basic things of nominal